What's up, YouTube world? It's been a while since I did any videos on the 66 Nova project, so I figured I'd give you a short little video walk around because the car is done. The car is ready to ship out. It's actually shipping out today. That'll be part of this video. It's finally going home to California. Gonna go home to Dirt Spot Mark, aka Aardvark Mark, my little brother. So if you ever follow any of my videos, you'll understand the jokes and the inside jokes on Dirt Spot Mark. So if not, check out some of the earlier videos. So what did we do to this car? Before I show you, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. My brother bought this car in California. It's an original 66 Chevy Nova. It is a two-door sedan, which means it has a post, as you can see. Where is it? Right there. That's the post, separates the front and rear window. They are different than the coupes. The sport coupes had no post, so when you put the windows down, it's wide open. It's just like my Nova. So this car was originally a 4-speed manual Muncie and 350 motor. Brought it back to my house I was at in California at the time after he bought it, and we put a whole new front end on the car. So I'll talk about it a little bit here. So what we did was, let's open this up. See if I can do two things at once holding the camera. Squints is at school, so what we did was we pulled the motor, rebuilt it, put a new set of heads on it, went through the whole thing, and we added the Sniper fuel injection. We also did a whole new front end. This is a CPP complete front clip. So as you can see, this car has really nice suspension. It is Mustang 2 with a coilover converted front shock, rack steering, disc brakes. So it's a nice overall setup. Rides really nice. So we did all that in California and kept the car a 4-speed. Went through the 4-speed, rebuilt it, made sure it was good, and it was pretty good overall. And then we then I moved back to Connecticut. So basically, after I moved back to Connecticut, after a couple years, talking to my brother, he wanted to do some changes. He couldn't really stand the 4-speed manual anymore, which I don't blame him. It was a Muncie. They're okay. They're traditional style. And he also wanted to do something with the rear suspension, because the rear suspension was stock monoleaf with the stock 10-bolt rear, and the 10-bolt rear was fine because it had 411 gears in it, and it has a posi unit. So I mean, it's good enough for a street car setup. So we started talking, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we do a 4-speed automatic, 4L80? That way you have overdrive and you have a lockup converter, so that gives you like almost a 5th gear. And we'll do a mini tub, and we'll do a 4-link kit in the rear, like a triangulated or a straight 4-link with coilovers, something that'll handle really well. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it right. And he was on board. And then he also asked me, he said, you know, the paint that was on the car was really like a half-ass, excuse my language. It was a kind of a garage, quick, get it color on it kind of color. I never really liked it, but he wanted to do that too. So I went over a few different colors, and we decided on a really nice gray. So let me show you what we got. So now the car is ready to go back. So we did all the paint here in the garage, changed all the wheel tire packages. It's now a 275 60/15 tire in the rear. This color was a color I found. It's actually Massey Ferguson gray. All the black accents were already done, but if you look now at the suspension, oh man, it is now a full 4-link. As you can see, the 2 bars there and 2 bars there. Coilovers. Has a nice track bar. We put a TA cover on the 10-bolt. It's got that nice rear subframe now. So the car is structurally sound. Frame connectors. I had to redo the full exhaust. Exhaust is now a 3-inch all the way back, custom. And as you can see, it comes all the way out here, right behind the rear tires. This was all fuel injection. That's the pump. That was the original filter when we did the fuel injection, put a sump in the tank. That's all original from when I built the car a few years back. But now you got a nice big tire under the car. So I mini tubbed it, moved the frame rail in a little. We didn't get too crazy. I could have gone bigger. There's no reason to. It's a street car. So, but it has a really good look from the backside. I mean, the car really, it looks good, sounds good. I'm gonna fire it up for you, obviously. So it's a nice setup. So the biggest thing my brother keeps asking me is, how does that shifter work? Oh, so you want to ask how the shifter works. So this is a Kilduff machine. Where's the logo? It's on the side here somewhere. Kind of see it. Kilduff machine. They are based out of Reseda, California. And the way this shifter works, if you look at the numbers, look at all the levers, notice the main lever on the side, and you have all your gear positions all the way down to first. So you notice that? Park, reverse, neutral, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you have 2, 3, 4, neutral. So this is a fuel injected car. So obviously you have the Holley Sniper, fire the car up. Car only starts in park because of a park safety switch. When you want to shift it out of park, basically just move the lever one position, you're in reverse. This lever will do everything you need. You don't really need these unless you want the performance side of the shifter. So it's kind of like the old school his and hers Hurst, where you had the option to go manual levers, or manual shift, I mean, or just automatic shift. So this is a manually shifted automatic. So it will not shift for you. So we're in reverse. That's neutral. Notice the neutral level just came forward. And as you want to go to first gear. So I'm all the way in first gear. All 4 levers are forward. Notice the position. So as you're driving, it's very simple. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Notice the other lever is also moving. That's how it works inside here. So this button right here is your lockup. You can manually lock the converter when it's in 4th gear only. So all you do is reach over and click. That little indicator lights up, telling you I'm locked up. You click it again, and that little indicator will go off. So I'm going to give you a little test drive and show you guys how that all works so you can understand. But that's the car in a nutshell. And that's the shifter setup. So that is a manually shifted 4L80E, technically, because it does still use electronic solenoids. They are wired now so that you have to manually shift. The only thing that is electronic is your torque converter lockup. You can wire your lockup if you want. I'll explain, there's a lot of options. So like everybody's always like, oh, why would you want a button? Why would you want a button? Well, because a lot of times you don't need it. It's going to California, so he's actually going to enjoy it because the car at 85 miles an hour, it's like 2,200 RPM with a 28-inch tall tire and a 411 gear set with your lockup converter locked. That's awesome. I mean, this thing's going to get phenomenal fuel mileage. Anyone that tells you the 700 R4 is the way to go can, God bless America, because the 4L80 is a much stronger transmission. There are more available parts for performance. This transmission can handle 600 or 700 horsepower is what it's rated to. The converter is a good converter. It's not as loose as I'd like if it were a drag race car, but it's a very good converter for cruising around town and enjoying a car and then kind of beating on it once in a while. This is a fun car to drive, so we're going to take it for a rip. And like I said, it's going to get loaded up later, so hang tight. All right, so the shipping company is actually on their way to grab the car. So I figured I'd fire the car up and show you guys how things work when the car's running. So car still uses a key. You turn the key on. Fuel primes. It boots. As soon as it starts showing gauges, said, this lever controls everything. One click back, we're in reverse. Back puts us in first gear. Reverse. So got the car turned around, ready for the shipper. Car sounds good. That's it. Another one done. And it's going home. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Looks like Reliable Carriers. Single transport. They're going to bring it to their warehouse and then it's going to get taken by the cross-country truck. It's a nice little rig. So she is going home.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Nope. It's all loaded up. It's going to get transported to New Jersey, where it's going to be loaded up on the West Coast bound truck and trailer, which will have obviously more cars. But this is what you get with Reliable. They take care of you. I wouldn't use any other company at this point in time.